White Sun, Stories from Hispanoamerica, a selection. As I walked along the street, I spotted the sign I'd been looking for, Hostel Melicum, set back in a small seashell-covered front yard overlooked by a long, wide front porch. A white dog greeted me as I stepped onto the rocking chair's thrown porch, his friendly grin and vigorous tail wagging putting me at my ease. He was a medium-sized, short-haired breed, indigenous to the region. Pecs was the Mayan word for them, although this one was well cared for and full-bodied as opposed to his fellow pecs that skirted and cringed in the streets and marketplaces. The shade of the blue tile and yellow stucco porch cooled me, and the obvious delight the dog felt in my presence left me slightly giddy. The fish and salt brine smells of the day seemed embedded in the fiber of that old porch as I sat in one of the rocking chairs, petting the dog and resting. And I felt I could stay there forever, unmoving, my eyes squinting languidly at the sun-dappled gray of the still Gulf waters in the presence of this wonderful dog. His name is Bienvenido, I heard a child's voice from behind me. A good name for a hotel dog, don't you think? A sonorous voice added itself lightly to the child's. I turned and found myself in the presence of a delicate Anglo female of perhaps 9 or 10, and a striking, black-haired, fully matured Spanish woman possessed of a deep beauty. So long ago my first impression of this woman, her persona always now mingled inside me. We've been watching you from the door, the woman now added. We thought you might like a cold drink. And she held a glass of horchata out to me, its clean almond smell and milky liquidity aromatic and distinct. I don't think I've ever seen a friendlier dog than Bienvenido, I said by way of a compliment, toasting them both with my glass of horchata. The dogs of Yucatán are usually more skittish. They are badly treated because we are a poor country, and animals are always the victims in poor countries. Have you not found this to be so among the poor of your own country? The woman now said as she sat near me in another rocking chair holding the child on her lap, her scent captured in my nostrils for a moment, then fleeing as a salt-scented breeze swirled around us. The dogs in my country have a different life, I think. They are picked up off the streets and taken to shelters for a while, and later killed if no one adopts them. Ours was a halting conversation because my conversational Spanish was stilted, and I often had to translate in my head before speaking. But she was patient and waited for me to catch up. Which is your country, the United States? He asked languidly, rocking slowly, her bearing that of a woman who was used to having people around from foreign parts. New York, I said, conscious, as always, of how trite my response sounded by distinguishing and distancing myself from the United States. Do you live all over New York or in just one place? She asked drolly, her eyes dancing as they looked at me, her intelligence staring out at me. Oh, abuela, when people say they're from New York, they mean where the movies are made, Manhattan. Where even the buildings are famous, the child popped in, giggling. This is my granddaughter, Patricia, who is brighter than the sun and who squirms when she laughs. The woman introduced us effortlessly. And this is my abuela, Juana, whose laugh is the softest in the world. Patricia bubbled over with mirth, her imitation causing smiles to break out on the faces of both Juana and me. Yo soy Richard Hyland, I said. Hyland, Juana hyphenated, stretching each syllable and exaggerating the sound. May we call you Ricardo? Por supuesto, of course. Soy Juana de Castro. The echo of an era of aristocracy and breeding resounded in I am Juana de Castro, an embedded echo that whispered volumes about her past, of a time when class and breeding acted upon this old culture. A lineage of conquistadores, of a language lisped and imposed on the conquered, where form and manner abounded, a past of the ruled and the ruler. I am Juana de Castro. Stayed with me. is still with me. Es un placer conocer a usted, señora. I am very pleased to meet you, ma'am. El gusto es mío, Ricardo. Y llámame Juana, por favor. The pleasure is mine, Ricardo. And call me Juana, please. I was struck by the elegance she brought to that simple statement, and looking at her, I felt a stirring in my heart, a quivering, as if she had kissed me on the mouth. It so surprised me, I turned my eyes toward the gulf, for fear she might detect this sudden, inexplicable rush of feeling in me. Thank you.